What is good? It is your boy Pvblogrey, and today we have I don't even know, man. I don't know what to call this, a reaction video or a part of the Drain the Swamp segment, but we gonna say both. Fuck it, we just gonna say both. But what I'm here to focus on is the distractions that are in the news. One being which is not which is not what I'm focusing on right now, is cop violence on black people. Not saying it's not a real thing, it is happening, but you're going to be noticing that it's going to be broadcasted more than ever right now, because they want the focus to be on that, or our focus to be on that, instead of other things. The other thing that's getting everyone else: murder hornets. And I'm not gonna lie, man, when I first seen this shit, I'm like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. Something else. And then I started seeing pictures and shit, and then I started thinking, like, man, I've seen this shit before. I've watched videos of these murder hornets kill other bugs before. They're all over YouTube, so it's not nothing new. And then I realized, like, for some reason, why the fuck is this news right now? And even so, if these motherfuckers is from Japan, how did they end up here? Y'all really think bugs is flying over water? Probably not. It's probably the same way how the coronavirus got here. Someone brought it. But anyway, I just want to get into the video because I want to clear up some shit. This video came out two days ago. It's called Murder Hornet Madness. 10 things you need to know. Somebody else is on this shit. So let's get into the video, and I'm gonna break down everything this man's saying. I ain't gonna break down everything, but I'm gonna try to give my input on it at least. But before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. I really do appreciate it, especially if you like what I'm doing here. I really do appreciate it. Man, turn them subscriber numbers up. Thank you. Man, let's get into the fucking video.
Look at that beast. From its head to its thorax, everything about this creature screams, run in the other direction. Ah! Oh, this thing is stuck in my arm. Ah! Oh, searing pain. Absolute searing pain.
Stand by. Stand by. Coyote, breaking news here. Yep. Action.
Murder hornets? This is breaking news. Welcome to the Brave Wilderness News Network. I'm your host, Coyote Peterson, and unless you've been living on the moon for the past 5 days, I'm sure you've also seen the headline that's been sweeping the nation. Yeah. Murder hornets.
Let's zoom through it.
Whether or not these hornets are... The term murder hornet was just created by the media to... So if you guys are ready, here we go. Question number 1. What is a murder hornet? Well, first of all, the term murder hornet was just created...
Before he goes on, I'm going to tell you what I know about this shit from previous knowledge. A murder hornet is none other than the giant Asian hornet, or one of the giant Asian hornets that exist in Asia, particularly Japan. And these motherfuckers crazy. They run up and honeybees shit, and they run them shit to ransack until the honeybees attack these motherfuckers and basically cover them and heat them the fuck up, microwave them. That's what I know. But let's let this man go on.
By the media to evoke fear in...
Oh, what? What did he just say? He said what?
So if you guys are ready, here we go. Question number 1. What is a murder hornet? Well, first of all, the term murder hornet was just created by the media to evoke fear in the public. There is no such
fear-mongering
thing as a murder hornet, and there's not any hornet species that is going to murder humans, so to speak. What they are scientifically known as is Asian giant hornets. Now, you guys saw me stung by something known as the Japanese giant hornet in 2018, and that is one of the world's largest Asian hornet species. There are multiple subspecies, and the one that showed up in the
I ain't gonna lie, man, that hornet big as fuck.
Pacific Northwest is an Asian hornet of some sort, but that does not mean that there is an outbreak of these insects that are about to take over the US. Question number 2, how big are they? Well, given their...
Listen, they big as fuck.
In fact, most of the largest species measure close to 2 inches in length with a 3-inch wingspan. And in Japan, they refer to the Japanese giant hornet as the great sparrow bird. This is because the insect is so large, it resembles a bird when it's flying through the air. In fact, they're so loud, it almost sounds like an Apache helicopter is getting ready to land if one flies by.
So that mean, nigga, you probably gonna hear it before they see you, dog. 9 times out of 10.
So trust me, you're gonna hear it far before you see it coming. Question number 3, how did they get here? Well, first of all, let's not use the term they. Thus far, we have a single individual that has been found.
Before you go on, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Logically, I can't think of any bees traveling over a large mass of water, especially not through the frozen atmosphere of the Antarctic where they have a land bridge connecting to Russia. I don't see that happening. The only way that they will get here is if someone brought them. It's the only way. It's the only way you can get something like that from somewhere else. Someone has to bring it here.
And keep in mind, it was also dead, which means it's not going to be reproducing. And it didn't just get here on its own. A hornet like that cannot fly all the way across the ocean and end up in the United States. That is physically
I said that.
impossible. The animal would have exhausted itself, died, and fallen into the ocean far before it made landfall. The way
Said that.
it likely got here was on a cargo ship. This is one way that a lot of invasive species end up on our soil. They stow away on a boat. Once the boat docks, it realizes it's on land, it escapes the boat, and lo and behold, it's out there in the environment for us humans here in the United States to encounter. So that is likely how this hornet ended up in the Pacific Northwest. Question number 4, how many are here now? To be honest with you, I am not sure. Is there more than one? Possibly. Entomologists are specifically working on this topic now in the Pacific Northwest to determine whether or not a nest in a colony has formed. If that is the case, once they find it, it will be eradicated, and it is unlikely that the spread of the hornets will go any further than that. So the concept of them moving from Washington to New York City
is very unlikely.
in the next 18 months, completely unlikely. Question number 5, how painful is the sting? Second most painful insect sting in the world, according to Coyote Peterson. The pain...
Listen, man, I've never been stung by a hornet, but I've watched this guy plenty of times. And from what I can see, it's something about hornets and stings and venom. They just got the worst, bro, for some reason. I wouldn't fuck around with this hornet. I wouldn't fuck around with bees. I don't. If you ever see me in public and there's a bee around, I'm acting like a straight badge. It is what it is. I don't care.
Is excruciating. It feels like someone has shoved a red-hot poker into your arm and does not remove it for close to 6 hours. After I was stung, my arm had swollen up to nearly twice its original size, and I was in intense pain for almost 36 hours. Trust me, it's not something you want to get stung by. But also keep in mind, it is only the second most painful sting. The most painful sting goes to the true king, the execution claws. Trust me, you don't want to be stung by that one either. Question number 6, how potent is the venom? Well, it's quite potent, and keep this in mind. A larger insect is going to have a larger venom yield. That means a single 2-inch hornet is going to inject more venom in its sting than something like your typical backyard hornet. Now, the venom does have neurotoxic properties, which means that it does attack your nervous system, but it also has some compounds that can break down human flesh, which means that it can cause necrosis. So it is a very potent sting. Just a single sting alone is more than a single human would ever want to handle, but several stings, let's say 20 to 30, could potentially kill a human. But death usually occurs as a secondary allergic reaction. So it's not so much the stings as much as it is being allergic to the insect's venom.
That would be a shitty way to go. Thank God I'm not allergic to bees. I'm just scared of them, so I might as well be.
Question number 7. Will the giant hornet sting me for no
Man, this just made me think, man. Y'all got to give these Japanese niggas and anybody in Asia they props. Although we going through some bullshit that might be caused by some tyrannical dictatorship that might be taking place in China or just out there, period. The people of those countries, man, they some fucking survivors, bro. They deal with a lot of crazy shit. Not saying we don't hear, but bro, just what they eat, what they gotta live next to, like, bro. Y'all know Indians, bro. A lot of them, bro, they live near tigers, man. These niggas live near tigers. Not to mention the venomous snakes these niggas got. Japan got crazy ass hornets, crazy tsunamis. Shit, China got alligators. Oh man. But back to it.
reason? No. These hornets will not sting unless provoked. And by provoked, I mean if you try to catch, try to kill, or try to spray one of these creatures with an insecticide.
Don't be
Just
stupid.
like all hornets and wasps, if they feel threatened, they will attack. Now, a single hornet is likely to just leave you alone. If you accidentally stumble upon a nest and disturb it, that is how you get swarmed, and that is the worst case scenario that hopefully none of us will ever have to deal with.
When it comes to trimming your balls,
My God.
use the Manscaped
Nobody cares.
Lawnmower 3.0.
It is the best trimmer in.
That's what's up.
With. Question number 8. Who needs to be afraid? Honestly, nobody. Nobody that's human, that is. Now, beekeepers definitely need to be aware because it's the bees that do need to fear the hornets. Specifically, European honeybees, because they have not yet evolved to a state where they are capable of forming a defense against these hornets' attack. What the hornets
Something about European anything. Just don't be up to par, dog.
will do is come in and decimate an entire colony. By stinging and decapitating all the worker bees, they work their way in, eventually kill the queen, and then they eat all of the larvae. Now, Asian honeybee species have worked out a way through evolution to create a defense against giant hornets. They will form something known as a bee ball, where they will surround a single hornet, beat their wings as fast as they can, and raise that hornet's body temperature to the point where essentially they cook it. However, European honeybees
I said that.
have not figured out how to do this yet, which means if giant hornets did become a stronghold here in the United States, beekeepers would definitely need to try to protect their colonies from these hornets. The biggest threat is that the hornets would come in and wipe out our honeybees. Question number 9. What should I do if I see one of these hornets? Well, you definitely don't want to approach it. You definitely don't want to provoke it, and you don't want to try to catch it or kill it. If you can, from a safe distance, get a
Bro, I'm not even gonna let him get that out. Mind your business and go the other way. Simple as that. Mind your business, go the other way.
photograph. Verifying the species identification is the most important thing we can do right now. Take that information and provide it to your local fish and wildlife department. They can help you properly identify the species, and then they will get in touch with entomologists that can come out into your area and determine whether or not there is a hive or colony that has taken root in an area near you. Question number 10. Is the hype real? Are giant hornets going to invade America? To be honest, I would say it's very unlikely. Even if a colony has established itself in the Pacific Northwest, entomologists are going to track it down and destroy it long before the hornets are going to spread from Washington clear across to New York. I'm so confident in saying that I would come out of sting retirement and get stung by one if it was here in the United States.
That's right, Coyote Peterson is coming out of sting retirement. Print the headline. You heard me right.
No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm not coming out of sting retirement.
Alright, at least it up. But the whole reason I'm even showing you this is because I believe when the whole thing behind fear is just not knowing. And the more you know, the less you fear. It's just like shit. A lot of people, I'm not about to make an analogy. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't know about something, you usually fear it. So the more you know, the less you're scared of it. And that usually works for just about anything, especially when it comes to people you don't understand. So you just fear them instead of getting to know them. Anyway, this is just to show you, instead of the fear mongering like the news is going to do and tell you they're murder hornets, when, bruh, like, they have a scientific name, they have a generic name, Asian giant Asian hornets. You could just call them that. But like I told you before, people have stats and ratings to reach, so they'll sell any story. Anyway, only did this video to make you more comfortable and let you know there's somebody out there who knows about this shit, who's obviously they know what the fuck they talking about. And I just been peeping shit, cause I kind of know what's going on. More distractions. So now you know. Stop distracting yourself with this murder hornet and focus on what's going on in the background. Like what's going on as far as the CDC, the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. See what's happening with the Thousand Talents program or the Wuhan lab. Let's see what's going on with that, or let's see how we're doing with what's the lady who basically almost got assassinated by Fauci, or due to the link with Fauci. Is it Judy Mikovich, I believe? I hope we're saying that right. I'm sorry, Judy, if I'm mispronouncing your name. Pay attention to what's going on. Check that out, man. See what type of laws being passed in your local legislation. Why you being distracted because you worried about murder hornets. And I gotta figure out a way to touch on the subject of the police brutality, but as a distraction, because a lot of y'all got y'all feelings involved. So I mean, other than that, I ain't got really much else to say. I really hope this helped you out. Stop fearing these motherfucking murder hornets, because there's no such thing. They not about to come at you. They not coming for you. They not looking for you. They probably won't reach you. But other than that, man, you like what I'm doing here. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really do appreciate it, man. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. But yeah, man, that's it.